good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Home Service Live with us three. Hope you're all well. Hope you've cooled down a little bit. The weather is now on the change. We are now in autumn. It is no longer summer. Dark nights, wrapping up warm. But yeah, Halloween's coming though.
No, it's just the dark nights. It makes them harder to report you to the police. But
it's dark. I'm saying that it is dark when I get up now for work. It's just getting light as I'm leaving the house.
I can top up my rust in this weather.
You can top up your rust.
My rust, yeah. That's why Scots are brown all year round. Suntan in the summer and rust in the fucking winter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dark nights are upon us. By the time we finish this show, it will be dark.
Then we'll be sat there looking at the smart meter going, how bloody much?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, God. It seems to be, that's all you hear on the news now. That's it now.
We're slowly becoming a third world country.
What makes me laugh is, since when did we start saying, and what's the government going to do about it?
Fuck all, as per usual.
Why the fuck are we even expecting them to do anything about it? Well, that's wandering far too close to politics, and we don't do that shit.
We don't normally do politics, but I don't think it is politics, is it? It's more
greed.
General. How can you put it? Is it me, or is it's just sensationalism all the time?
Oh, God, yeah. Ukraine didn't cut it, so they swapped onto something else. And because it hits Joe Public in the pocket...
You see, I said it again tonight. We were watching News or having me tea. And this woman, and don't get me wrong, I'm not being horrible or anything like that. She was explaining that she couldn't afford to put the heating on, and if there was a light, she turned it off, and all this like. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, we have just had the hottest summer on record.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit near 41 degrees the other week. It's been red hot. And if you can't afford your gas and electric now, what are you going to be like in 2 months' time?
But what she didn't say was she's got a cannabis farm growing in the fucking spare bedroom.
It just makes you... It's so like, okay, I can appreciate them saying these things in the winter months. But they're saying that they can't afford their gas and electricity now? That is scary.
Well, it jumped to what, £3,500 for the average family in October.
That's the problem, though, because they're predicting over 4K, possibly 5, come January.
Fucking, it's ridiculous when you think about the profits the buggers have made. You know what I mean? It's absolutely fucking shocking. I mean, that was something majorities know. I do a lot of walking and shit at the moment. And the walk that I did on Saturday, you can actually see right over towards Edinburgh. And heading over towards Edinburgh, there's a massive wind farm, and not one of them are turning.
Well, they've just opened up the biggest wind farm in the world, just outside Hornsey, isn't it?
Yeah, Grimsby way, isn't it?
Hornsey. It's the Hornsey Farm something or other platform. That's just opened up yesterday. And now Boris Johnson is, even though he won't be the Prime Minister after next week, he's turning out nuclear. They're going nuclear.
Somebody needs to drop one in his fucking head.
And when you think about it, that's the only way that they can go. If we want to be independent...
Yeah, but the new one they were building down at Sizewell's owned by the French.
And it's still not finished.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Fuck you, roast beef.
No, I'm thinking Hinkley Point.
Hinkley Point, sorry, yeah.
They're still not built. They pulled all the plant out.
All right, no. All right. I don't do geography, darling. No.
You tell them no.
You tell him no.
I do my own little corner of the world, and the rest of it's somebody else's problem.
Oh, totally agree with you there, Bunny. Totally agree with you. But saying that, do any of them?
Well, an interesting point was raised today during a coffee break rant. How come the suits get an inflation-linked pay rise and every bugger else gets a pay cut? That is a question that I'd love to see at Prime Minister's questions.
And will when we saw like the savings go off, are they going to sort of like say, no, we don't need to have 2 homes?
Well,
Yeah, but the buggers were even claiming for their second homes for the fuel for electricity and gas. The cheeky bastards.
but they were saying they couldn't survive on 70,000 a year. Honestly. Unbelievable. Anyway.
I won't mind that 50 to put on top of mine. Fucking 70.
Be nice.
I'm not on. Jesus Christ, it's ridiculous. Anyway, you're going to say hello to chat. They're wonderful people there. There's lots of love in chat.
There's hearts and kisses and darlings.
There's all
Darlings
sorts going on from
everywhere.
there.
Right, Adam Stone, good evening, sir. BCV, Jasper, darlings, hug. Bill Richards, darling. Buggles. Dawn W. Hello.
Bundles. Calm down, boy. Calm down.
Yeah.
Go for a cold shower.
Chill.
Fee, darling.
Let's see if she's
Ooh, guapo, me white nuts. Gaily Bops, darling. Buggles. Jane Dowd, good evening. Buggles. John Vaping Joker, good evening. Mark H, dude. Looks like you could do with Buggles. There you are, Mark. Michael Meek, good evening, sir. Good evening indeed. Faxi M's, safe. We have Nell, Dogman Adventurer, Tamer of the Bush, Explorer of the Wild. How you doing?
Explorer of the Wild. He's a wildling, he is.
He is. Norse Vapor.
Norse.
Good evening, sir. We got Rian. Dude,
Rian.
God knows what time it is in South Africa now.
I know, but you said it like you was constipated.
No, it's only about an hour. They're only about an hour and a half ahead.
Are they? I thought it was further than that. See, I don't do geography. Vapor Bunny. Buggles. Vaping Brewy. Good evening.
Hello.
It's a name I'm not familiar with. I believe
Vaping
somebody's
Brewy.
either. Yes. Somebody's either changed name or we have somebody new. If you're somebody new, hello. Buggles. Thank you for joining us. Vapor Queen Becky, good evening. Buggles. And Zan. Buggles. Who else we got in just in case? I'm sure I saw Tammy in the chat. Ooh. Tammy, greetings and Buggles.
What the hell's the casters have been on? And can I have a pint of it, please?
We're just high on the good stuff.
Yes.
Yes, called being skint.
Yeah.
Yes. What can I say? Oh, okay, K70. Darling, sweetie, you weren't in the participants list. Kay, good evening and huggles. Carrying on the great British tradition of a couple of hours Skype
Have you missed
whilst
Pasty
watching
again?
us. Pasty wasn't on my list, but if she's in, Pasty, darling. Huggles.
Cicero's there as well.
Rian was not shut out. Cicero, darling.
Cicero.
Good evening. What else? Now
You're actually getting told off by Gaily Bops there. You
Yeah,
missed Pasty again.
Again. There was a disappointed
So,
look
like-
in that.
And on the 27th of July, you missed her. On the 14th.
It's the big crosses on the calendar in the fridge.
Yeah.
PFG's going to get a dry slap. Oh, her fucking hands are bigger than yours too.
A dry slap.
Okay.
What's the difference? What's a wet slap?
Well, yeah,
involved
what's
in?
a wet slap like?
It's a Cornish thing.
I've got visions of a mackerel up the side of my head. Stargazy pie. Whack! Ah, bless you.
Oh, a dry slap's a punch.
All right. So what's that make a wet one then? Inquiring minds want to know.
Let's delve into this a little bit deeper.
A few inches should suffice. Dear Lord.
Hello, everyone in chat. Hope you're all right. Hello, everyone on the replay as well. Hope you're all well.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. It's a way to clean your bum. Some things are better not known, and that's what she said.
I actually like that. It's a good motto. Some things are better not known.
So Squonkalot is no longer squonking as he's blown his throat with it.
Oh. Okay. I'm not quite sure how you do that.
It's flummoxed me, that one.
Sir Squonkalot is no longer squonking.
Yeah, well, that was
Blow my-
Vaping Brummy's previous handle, so Squonkalot.
Right, I'm with you.
So he's blown his throat with squonking.
Okay.
You don't want to know what a wet slap is.
Oh, too many dry hits. So obviously you're not squonking enough.
I don't want to know what a wet slap is.
No,
I do.
no, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Let's have a look and see what Urban Dictionary says.
There's about 3 variations of it.
Gaily Bops, what's a dry hit?
Oh, God, that's a face mask.
What's a face mask?
A wet slap. According to the Urban Dictionary, it's when she gives him hand relief.
Okay.
It all comes to a happy ending. She collects it in the palm of her hand and goes whack across his face.
Who makes this shit up?
Probably a 13-year-old somewhere.
Oh no, I've got a right good idea. What, love? Well, after when you've in my hand, I'm going to slap you across face with it. Yeah, that's a good idea, that, love. Yeah, we'll have to try that at weekend. No.
Probably invented by people that like peeling glue off their hands as kids.
Yeah, probably.
You know, thwack, right? Give it an hour, love, and then we'll have a tug.
No.
Always be suspicious of people with good skin.
We might be using oil or you lay.
I don't want to know what Hell on Wheels is. I decided RDAs are too much hassle, so sticking to my RTAs. RTAs don't sound right.
Now wrong with an RDA.
No, I
I'm
do
on a
like
few
an
of them at the
RDA.
moment. It's getting that balance right, though, isn't it? I mean, my everyday vape. I'm still using me pumper from Steam Crate. I love it to bits. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I've got 2 of them on go. I like it that much.
Bill, I don't need to look up snowballing, mate. No.
What?
No.
That's what you have at blooming Christmas. Snowball.
I'm worried about Christmas at your house then, mate. We're not talking the beverage.
All right.
But it's not a definition I'd like to read out on this show at all.
No.
Ever.
Grateful Aunt. Good evening to you, sire.
Good evening, sir, and gratefully... You missed the wet slap, thank goodness.
Yeah. Bill wants to go snowballing.
No, he says don't look up the definition of snowballing because it's minging.
Is this like blue waffle?
No, it's wetter than that.
That's an understatement and sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a little bit salty.
Dawn wants to know. Private chat for you and Dawn. In fact,
Darlings.
she doesn't want to know. She needs to know.
Darlings, you have Google. Do what I did.
Yeah, I
very
was
simple.
Free rider.
I was waiting for him to turn around and saying, I was waiting to Steve turn around and saying that it's what we did last Saturday evening.
I went to Spoons.
Dirty bastards. Dirty bastards.
No, in fact, I had the kids last Saturday evening, so that makes that comment even worse.
You need to do the angry pirate.
Angry pirate.
Gaily Bobs, I didn't make you look up blue waffle. You can blame Adam for that one. Adam made me Google it live on air. And
Yes,
you've been using RDAs for 5 months. Well, patience is the word I will give you for RDAs. You kind of end up judging it. I would definitely go for like what I'm doing at the moment, that way, so where you blut your juice in and use an RDA instead of squonking. Squonking can be a bit more tricky, to be honest with you, to know when to squonk and when to squonk and when not to squonk is the question. But yeah, if you just use the normal RDA and use it like I do, blut your juice in, you will get used to it. And you can just, when you're actually doing an RDA, that one vape, you can tell it just weakens off a little bit and you think, yeah, I'm ready for some more juice in that before you get the dry hit. It's not foolproof, trust me, I've had a dry hit now and again, but yeah, majority. You can tell when you take that draw that this is a little bit drier than the previous one. I'm not getting that fuller flavour in my mouth. You think, yeah, more juice.
See, Bunny darling, what you're doing there is blaming Mark for somebody else's stubbornness.
Yeah? Mark, you told Gail not to do it. Thank you.
And you know so well that when you do it, it makes her more determined to do it. Therefore, by proxy, it is not Mark's fault.
It is not. Curiosity killed the cat.
There we are. Now I'm waiting for a thump off Gailey.
Yes, Sir Squonkalot is dead. Long live vaping Brummy.
The one thing I'd say, Brummy, is when I first started using RDAs, I found using the same RDA for quite a while and learning all its little foibles was brilliant.
As long as next week you don't tune in saying you're calling yourself Disposable Dave, then you'll be disowned.
What, 800 Puff Dave?
8,000 puffs.
Hey!
On about things like that. I was talking to a work colleague of mine, and one of their relatives has stopped smoking and gone on to vaping. And they've been having disposables first. And where she was getting her disposables from, obviously I don't know the actual place, but obviously these were your 300 puffs, 600 puffs. They were charging her 10 quid for one of them.
Bloody hell.
Even though they're
Jane?
illegal.
Jane, stop that.
There was big raids this week in West Yorkshire as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, North and West Yorkshire.
Well, Dawn was saying by all accounts the one show tonight had a section on disposable vapes and some school complaining because they couldn't afford the vape detectors, which were £1,000 a piece. Well,
what's a vape detector?
So wee guy stands in the toilet and sniffs out for donuts.
Oi, you smell a muffin. What you been doing?
No.
If you've been smelling a muffin, mate, well,
no,
that's a totally different detector.
And
That's a police detector.
In the wrong kind of fucking toilet as well.
Yeah. Yeah, let me smell your muffin.
Is that blue raspberry? I'm sorry, dude. Right. Back in the day, when we were young whippersnappers and whipping out a packet of 10 bennies, did they have smoke detectors in the bog? No.
It was a PE teacher.
This is it.
Did we smoke it?
Yeah, but you could smell that, couldn't you? You can kind of get away with this.
Well, when you walk in and the bogs actually smell nice, you know something's wrong.
Well, there's a trick to that then. You just make sure you're busting for a shit first, and don't take in your VI poop. Have a bit of whooping going on, and then cancel out the.
I had a curry last night, sir. That's what you could say.
Ryan's just saying that they're a big hit with ladies at his school. They even started a WhatsApp group.
Oh.
I mean, it came out, was it this week it came out, or either this week or last week, about the amount of people that are vaping now. It's the highest it's ever been.
Yeah, because no bugger can afford the fags.
It's a good thing, isn't it? Look at the many lives it's saving.
Well, this is it.
BCB's just mentioned
But
it.
it's still a bad thing, isn't it? It's still a bad thing in the eyes
of
of
course
certain
it is.
people. I fucking hate that.
I love how they give a negative compliment. Is that the best way of explaining it? They compliment how obviously it's helping all these people to stop smoking. But we've got to think of the kids. There's always that at the end of the sentence. It's always there.
Right. If you've got a result to think of the children or an argument based along that line, get a fucking life. Because all that phrase shows is you haven't got a hope in hell of actually proving it on a factual basis. Because you are going straight for the emotional.
It's gone up slightly. But they normally find that underage are more experimental vapors than they are, long-term vapors. They've tried it. But it's all like, well, what else have you tried? It's not exactly mega worrying, is it?
This is it. I mean, for God's sakes. I'd be more worried about them beating the shit out of each other than taking a puff on a bloody blueberry muffin. But
Don't. They said that. It's only been around for 10 years.
Bullshit.
And it's been around a bit longer than that. Well, see, I've been vaping 11.
Well, you're obviously a time traveller.
I am. I'm a time traveller. Call me the Doctor. From now on, I am the Doctor. The Doctor.
I think Kay's just nailed it there. Kids will always do what they shouldn't. It's called growing up. Yes, it is. And it's your job as an adult or as their parent either to bollock them or pick them up, dust them off, and say, maybe now you won't be so bloody stupid.
Yeah, but when you think about it, though, I guarantee we did more fucking stupid things in our day than kids these days did. Do.
Yeah, because we went out at house.
This is it. I mean, Jesus Christ. 8:30 in the morning, shot out the back door, and I didn't come back home until it was dark.
Exactly. My mum didn't know what I was up to.
Good job my mum didn't know what I was up to.
Oh, come on. I mean, we've all done stupid things. It's part of blooming growing up.
Exactly.
I mean,
Wisdom.
you can't victimise the majority for a real minority.
Excuse me.
More tea, Vicar.
And kids starting vaping on a regular basis, where like us, is few and far between. And it's been proven, study after study, that it's few and far between.
Apparently, fruity flavours were not enticing children, as they're also enjoyed by adults of all ages.
Yeah.
Do you fancy something fruity, chap?
I always like a little bit of fruitiness.
For God's sakes, come on. If the worst thing you've got to worry about is the kids vaping, you're doing pretty damn well.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I would, as a few have said there, I would rather my kid vape, right? I mean, I know they're doing it for the fucking buzz. That's what they're doing it for, with the high nicotine. They're doing it for the buzz. I would rather they did that as sit round the back of the local shops with an empty crisp packet and a fucking packet of a tube of Yoo-Hoo glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that
100%.
blooming, what's the helium stuff? That
Out the
the
big
canisters
cans and stuff. Yeah.
Well, by all accounts, that's getting worse because now they can buy it in big litre bottles instead of the little ones, the little canisters.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy on the news, and he literally, this is how, and you could understand where it was coming from. He turned around and said, the thing is with the little ones, they can dose themselves properly. He said, but with these big ones, they don't know how much they're actually taking, and that's where you're going to get all the problems. So obviously the little ones that you get for your, is it for fresh cream squirty stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, by all accounts, them ones they're only small, and obviously they get a hit from that, and that's not too bad. But now they're being able to get hold of these big canisters of it, and that's where they're having problems.
Yeah, I can remember we went to it was a car show down in Blackpool, and it was a charity event that we did. And I can remember Jules on Blackpool. What was it? Wasn't it Pleasure Beach? It was at North Pier, I think it was. We had all the cars all sitting down there, and Jules was handing out free balloons. Every time she handed out a free balloon, she took a fucking whiff of helium. She nearly passed out. Her eyes were literally glowing red in her head because she just couldn't stop sucking on this helium because she thought it was hilarious because it changed her voice, but she was fucking suffocating herself basically.
That's what gives you the buzz.
But by all accounts, too much of it gives you paralysis of your legs.
So does alcohol.
I've had just leave me here.
Somebody's told my legs because they don't fucking work anymore.
Well, that's it. I mean, you go to any park and you'll see these canisters all over the floor. I'd be more bollocking them for blooming tidying place up. If you're going to use them, put them in the bin after when you finish with instead of scattering them everywhere. Scruffy geeks.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's true, though, isn't it? I mean, so like, well, if you're going to go and do your thing, get on with it, crack on, enjoy your son, but tidy up after your son.
You've been down the locals lovers lane recently.
No, it's not somewhere I vacate, you see. Don't need to. Well, what's round the lovers lane recently?
Well, it's a lovely soft road now. Virtually tarmacked.
You have strange hobbies.
Yeah, there's more rubber down there than there is in fucking Quick Fit.
Exactly. Oh, I still remember taking the dog up Arwell Woods and he was rooting around in the undergrowth.
Say
What?
again.
You remember you taking your dog up the woods?
Yes, my dog.
Right, got you for a walk, right, okay.
And he was rooting around in the undergrowth and came back with his bloody pink knobbler. He said, "No, put it down, put it down."
I found that. Throw it. Fucking throw it.
Jane, fair point, kid. You can't beat a bit of pool cleansing, a bit of chlorine in the water. The gene pool, dear boy, the gene pool. Let Darwin sort it out.
Yeah, Jane says it perfectly. Let Darwin sort it out.
That's half the thing about being a teenager. You don't get, everybody says the old are wise. No, we just fucking survived it. We know not to be stupid enough to do it again.
I mean, these days, common sense is fucking zero. People, the youngsters can't think for themselves.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, why have common sense when you can blame someone else for it?
And then sue them.
Yeah, there is that, I suppose.
Well,
See,
you've
that's
seen
that. We, as a society, we are so cushioned now.
Well, we're back to the. Why can't the government do something about it? Because
It's somebody else's fault. It's somebody else.
Yeah, or even going to the total ludicrous side like that fucking girl. Was it the girl in America that wanted to sue her parents because they never asked her permission to be born? What's all that about?
She related to Doris Stokes, then, is she? You can get in touch with the spirit world.
Maybe she should be lying on that road.
I mean, let's face it. It don't matter who you speak to, and no one can say that they haven't done something stupid.
I can do something stupid every day. I go to fucking work.
I mean, we all do it. I mean, it's the human nature to be bloody stupid. It
Well, it
really
is.
is.
How do you think evolution works?
Yeah, you won't do that again.
I still want to know who the hell found out you could milk cows and how many bulls they got first. It's stupid.
Topside's probably about the best one. I'd say. For squonking, topside.
Ian, I think teaching maths would be a lot easier than to try to teach somebody common sense.
Dude, as long as they're having to remove the children from the clothing before washing. Yeah,
I cooked bacon naked once.
I've done it a number of times. It ain't that bad.
You like them little stings, do you?
Oh, yes.
I went into work the other day. I had a couple of days off. I wasn't feeling too good, so I went back to work yesterday. And I went in a little bit early, so I nipped up to the canteen to make myself a coffee. And I went, "Where the hell was the kettle?" They'd moved the kettle from this wall to like this wall. What the fuck's going on here? So I unplugs the kettle and I puts it back over to the plug that's normally at nearest the sink in the canteen. Fills it with water, puts on, click. Nothing. Ah, that's what's wrong. So I popped the fucking cover down on the fuse on the RCA unit, put the switch back up, put the cover back up, put the kettle on. Two of the young lads come trooping in. How did you sort the kettle? So see that big fucking board that's up there? When it trips out, you put the fucking switch back up, you fucking idiot. 3 days. They were boiling the kettle halfway across the canteen.
There you go, Betty. You saved the day.
Honestly, God, I walk in there at times and I go, I don't fucking believe this. And my manager keeps saying to me, "You're going to be a mentor now." I mean, you can fuck right off. No way. It's bad enough I'm trying to train the little fuckers, but be an actual mentor where I've got to go through, look at all their paperwork for college and all that kind of stuff. No chance. Ain't doing it. You couldn't fucking pay me enough money for it. Wait, you turn that again?
Let's open this up to chat. What's the worst thing you've experienced? So obviously that was Stevie's. What's the worst?
Let's do the worst.
What's the worst stroke amusing thing you've noticed the youngsters doing that you just saw?
Lack of common sense, folks.
Yes. Let's see.
I saw once a lad trying to change a tyre. And you know you got them caps over your nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No.
Why won't it fit? How about that?
My personal favourite was watching the geezer in the middle of it was a particularly cold spell and there was a bit of snow about. And I watched the geezer come out with the kettle and just hoiked it onto his windscreen and then wondered why this bloody great crack just went.
I think one of the best ones was, not me personally, it was Jan that told me about it. One of when she worked at Garden Centre, one of her co-workers, her son went to university, and obviously your first year university, you go in their hall and everything, and he rang his mum up to ask her how many sugars he took in his tea.
God's sakes. Well, Kay's just come up with one. They once had a junior rip open a tea bag because she thought tea leaves dissolved.
Well, everybody in here basically knows that's how Jules made me my first cup of tea, because she thought you had to take the tea leaves out the fucking bag. and handed Stevie a cup of soup.
Pasty once tried riding a push bike, pissed in high heels.
Oh, I bet that was good to see.
We the neighbour 2 doors down from us when I was a kid, and they bought his daughter a brand new bike for Christmas. So we were out, there's a little park, just a park right across the road from where we lived. And we're out, this was Christmas Day, and we're out kicking a ball about, and the next minute, like, well, all the boys all stopped playing football. What's going on, mate? What was the girl's name? Was it Lorna? I think the girl's name was Lorna. For the life of me, I'm not 100%. It doesn't make any difference what her name was. But anyway, just check out Stephen's wee sister with a new bike. As a majority know, when you buy a bike, there's a little bit of assembly involved in it, right? Her father had put both fucking pedals like that, so she was fucking cycling down the road like a fucking kangaroo.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, I like that one. Somebody yesterday changed his bike to a fence. However, where he changed it, you could just lift the bike up and steal it. Fees, I live in South Africa, so the answer is always taxi drivers. This is from Dawn. One of my lad's friends was on a date and rang his mum to ask if he could kiss her. What, his mum? That's a bit twisted.
Yeah.
Julie, darling, good evening. And huggles. I love sending teenage trainees around the supermarket to search for salmon legs. The long wait was always my favourite.
No, long stand.
No, the long wait.
Long stand, glass hammer.
Yeah, tartan paint.
Left-handed screwdriver, box of sparks for the buff. I mean, a new bubble for the spirit level.
I closed windows on board. I closed curtains on a boarded up window to stop people seeing. Gaily. That's awesome.
Well, I did that one, didn't I? We was at Whitby, and we booked into a B&B, and it's one of the old-fashioned Victorian buildings. These, so the windows are huge. They're really tall windows, and we'd gone to bed, and it got cold. It really did get cold, And then Jan says to me, she says, I'm sure one of the windows are open. I goes, yeah, I think one of the windows are open. She says, do us a favour. She says, shut window for us. So I opens the curtains, fully opened, and I'm up there. Obviously, I'm not exactly mega tall, and this was really high up, and I'm busy there trying to get the latch like this, trying to shut it. She goes, Mark! I goes, what love?
Helicopter!
Bollocks naked, completely naked. Yeah, so them across the road from us, we've got a full ice fall.
There's a bus journey they won't forget. Adam Stone, I once turned on a gas fire but left the gas on, put my face in front of it, and boom! Eyelashes, eyebrows, and front of a hair gone.
I did something similar. It was at a friend's house. And can you remember back in the day when everybody had like it was the onyx ashtray and the onyx cigarette box and the onyx lighter? Can you remember that? It used to sit on the coffee table and shit. Well, the lighter needed refilled. So I'm trying to fill it up, but the nozzle and then the gas canister was slightly broke, so the gas was all over my hand. I said, bugger it, I'll go in and I'll do it in the bathroom, so that she's going to drip into the sink, whatever. So yeah, so I'm there. And I'm looking about in this part of the bathroom, and she's got cuddly toys all over the wall. Click. Oh, fucking a lot went up. I lost the beard, I lost the eyebrows, I lost my hair to about there. Every teddy bear that was pinned to this wall was fucking singed. I walked out of the living room like that. What's up? I think I've set fire to the teddy bears.
Dawn W again. I sent a student nurse for fallopian tubes. You rotten sod.
Fee, billet boxes are ace. The only downside with a billet box is the condensation at the back.
And it's a bloody cash swallower.
Oh, yes, well. And you need plenty of money.
PCV, a very young copper stopped my dad in a brand new lorry and trade plates once he proceeded to do a spot check in the lorry. Idiot.
I think I once had an interesting time making toast. I used to have this bed sit up in Stockton, and all it had was like the heating was this one panel electric fire. So all I did was used to turn the fire on its arse end and then just make toast on the leggy fire. But flawless.
And I like that one. The question is, who didn't burn their hair lighting a fag on the gas stove?
True.
Yep.
True.
It wasn't a gas stove. Now remember, you got to remember the days when I was smoking. I was going basically through my heavy goth period, so my hair was all fucking backcombed and shit, and it was up like here and off. I mean, literally a full can of hairspray on it before I went out. Brand new lighter, lighting a fag, and forgot to turn the flame down. Fucking front of the hair up.
Dumb. Kay'll know this one. Mr. Hibbert was our chemistry teacher, and I too used to be a fan of the backcomb bouffant.
It shows.
Yes.
It's combed that far back, it's in the fucking bin.
He's got a hairy back now.
Unfortunately,
Silverback gorilla.
We were doing something that involved the Bunsen burners.
Why have I got an image of Grange Hill at the moment?
There I am. Big air.
Roland.
Why don't you like me, Roland? So
Your fanny stinks.
We're doing the experiment, and I decide I want to have a look at this, and I lean over the Bunsen burner. Next thing I know, Mr. Hibbert's beating the shit out of my head, going, "Stay still, boy, your head's on fire."
So that's why you don't have any.
There you are.
Go. The lesson learned.
But we did find out that if you shoved your fag lighter next to the gas tap after taking the Bunsen burner off, you used to be able to send a ball of flame across the room that would melt the idiot's blazer at the front.
What they used to do in my school was fill them with party balloons. Fill the party balloon up, put it in a bag, and then chuck the balloon down the stair and throw something at it.
And something more related to this kind of what we do show. How many times have you fired your coils? Got them nice and that, and then touched them. Got them lovely little marks on your fingers.
Yeah, or do you forget to put the cap back on there, Diego, to take a hit?
Oh, kissing the dragon.
I've done that. I've kissed the dragon. I like this one. A lad at school tried to drill a hole in his tie in metalwork, headbutted the drill and knocked himself out. Oh, Jesus. Yes, Dawn's coils last night were ridiculous. She changed over a pre-made on the Freemax Pro. The bloody coil started glowing red.
Ah.
So there's a red glow coming off the bottom of the tank. It's not right. So she whacked a bit more juice in, and all of a sudden, absolutely fine. Then got this almighty burnt taste, which you would expect. And then tried it again this morning. Absolutely fine again. Most bizarre.
Well, pre-made coil.
Yeah.
There must be a short in there, or there might be not necessarily a short as such. There might actually be a piece of metal in there.
It's arcing across.
Either way, it seems to be all right now.
You've always got to remember that pre-made coils are made by the millions. So quality control isn't exactly their priority.
I love Rians. I went hunting in the house with my dad's tutu. Everything in the house had a hole in it somewhere. Our chemistry teacher, importance of labelling, hydrochloric acid water. Turn round to write on the board, swap beakers round. He turns back, tying what he thought was water. Tie disappeared as it melted.
Nice one.
And this is why people don't want to be teachers. The Lord of Lewdness, the God of the gutter. The sin is in. Good evening, sinner.
All right, buddy.
Bless him.
I'm trying to figure out.
You what, sorry?
I'm trying to figure out who's who. UK's Jeff Bezos, younger Roy Wood, and Joe Wilkinson's older brother.
All right, so younger Roy Wood would be Mark. Joe Wilkinson. I knocked myself out playing tennis at school, demon serve, and woke up in hospital going for a skull x-ray. Bloody hellfire. They don't tell you about tennis. That's just bloody dangerous.
What, tennis?
Yes.
Any sport's dangerous.
Getting out of bed is dangerous.
'Tis at our age, mate.
Walking downstairs is dangerous.
Fucking hell.
You're talking to the wrong person there, mate. Bloody hell. I mean, my kids always astound me now because they're like, if there's not a YouTube video on it, they ain't even going to attempt it. What?
That's not a bad thing, though, is it?
Yeah, but it takes all the fun out of it. Dropping a duster and picking it up is dangerous. Threw my back out for 5 weeks doing that. Sinner, bless you.
That's not good, cutting your wires too short.
And I cut the electric cord to the old school projectors while it was in the wall. Norse, how's the afro? Jesus.
We're all getting to that age now where the slightest wee movement that you're not used to throws something out, doesn't it?
I'm worried if I sneeze.
Yeah,
So like I sneeze too hard, that's my back gone.
It's the farts.
No, don't worry about them.
I've done it. Jules has done it. The cleaner in the works, she's just done it recently. Took a coffin fit and broke ribs.
Bloody hell. The hair was there, but I do remember seeing a blue light for a week. Oh, it's awesome. Silly sod.
Yes.
Ah,
Steam Crave is bringing a AO out. Oh, and also Oxford. They're bringing a revised version of the... which one?
the Origin?
Yeah, the Origin. They're bringing a revise out of that. With different colours and all that stuff.
I'm intrigued to see Steam Crave's AIO, though.
Yeah, I will.
That'll be all
I'm
right.
looking forward to seeing that. I still say when I first got it and since I have not stopped using my pumper and Hadron RDA. I mean, it is tall. Yeah, there's no getting around it. It is tall, but boy, it's 12 millijuice. It's fantastic. Works brilliant.
This is not the pumper you're looking for.
Did I put that one up in?
You did. That was brilliant. That. I'm single, you know. Get the fuck out of here! You look quite attractive for a stormtrooper. I was pissing myself for that.
I knew your father. We used to go to barbecues. Broke my nose trying to walk through closed French doors. You're not the only one.
Yeah, but you wouldn't fucking do that now.
No. The only thing that really upset me was I had a hard on at the time.
Okay.
And Cicero thought the pumper was an April Fool's joke at first. No?
I
Yeah.
It's
kinda
not,
think
don't get me
everybody
wrong.
did it first, though.
It is not the prettiest of looking of devices, but it blooming works. And it's sort of like, you weren't mod. Blooming brilliant for that.
I'll keep an eye out for the Duppo one and the Steam Crave one before I hop down the rabbit hole. Rummy,
You go down
your
the
bank...
Burrow Tank rabbit hole, you're going to spend some money. Yeah, Cthulhu AIO, that's really nice. Don't mod one bad. Yeah, I've got to admit, I ended up buying another one, the pumper. I like it that much.
You heard it here.
Sorry? I like a pumper.
Yes. How much is the stubby? That just sounds wrong, Fee. Sorry, I've just had visions of Blackadder then. At
See,
the
I like
docks.
what these guys are talking. I like the Burrow Tank. I mean, I've got two of them. You've got the other one, haven't you? You've got the Pulse AIO. And
Yep.
I love both of them. But my downside to it is, more than else, but obviously price-wise, it is ridiculous. And especially for bridges, they can be some serious money. They're not the most, how can you put it? If you need to change your wick, right, you're going to lose all your juice for starters.
Yep.
And I think it's a lot of faff, the Burrow Tank. I think the design when it originally came out was a good one compared to what was on the market. But I think nowadays it's just so much faff. I really do. That's just me, though. What do you think?
To be honest, I'd go with that because if you don't get the wicking right, and not all bridges are easy to wick.
The blooming not, no.
If you don't get that wicking right and the chord placement just right, it's a proper faff on.
Especially so like I was taking it to work and that, and unless you're so like someone that's got a real good opportunity to strip it down and that lot, If that's your only device and it's not quite right, or all of a sudden it starts blooming giving you dry hits and that lot, because it's wicking, it's so like it is not the most easy to fix.
No, and I mean, yes, by all means, you can get the bridges that take the coils, and the pre-mades. What's the point? You might as well have a pod system.
Yeah.
A
I mean,
damn
basically,
sight
that's all
easier.
about. I mean, it was. You could class that as the first ever pod system, anyway.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, don't get me wrong; they are good, they are fantastic, and the accessories that you can get for it is absolutely unbelievable. But
What home you getting off that then, Noel?
Did you see Noel try to roll all these duvets up?
What
Or
happened?
a flock of sheep.
Bless you.
oh, don't get me wrong; I'm not dissing. I'm not dissing the actual device or anything like that, or even the actual burrows.
Fucking
No.
hell, Stella.
You can get some absolutely fantastic ones, but they are not the most. They're a bit more intensive to actually sort out if you do end up. For argument's sake, you've just naturally it needs re-wicking. As all RDAs and tags need doing at some point, they need re-wicking. It is not the most easiest. It's a little bit more labour intensive to actually re-wick one than it is something like an RDA or just a standard tank, I think.
Well, take the pulse. You've got to take the mouthpiece off, then unscrew it, release your bridge, take your box out, take it apart, get it sorted again. And don't get me wrong, love doing it. I love fiddling. But, and this is my but with the pulse, I made the mistake of dropping it. I was a little inebriated and I dropped it. And bugger me, all the bloody magnets came out of the panel.
Oh, bloody hell.
So, I mean, can't fault the door, no rattle on it whatsoever. Then you drop it and all the glue comes off from the bloody magnets and now you've got 4 magnets sat there. So luckily the panels are a piece of piss to get hold of. But no, that was one little thing that annoyed me.
If you're thinking about getting one, why don't you get one of the clones?
Well, yeah.
They're a lot cheaper. I mean, that's what I've got. I'm trying to think what they're called now. My brain's gone dead. SXK, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're going down the SXK, they are virtually identical to the original Burrow. It's going to be a lot cheaper for you to start off with. Because I mean, how much is a billet box now?
I've
There's
seen them
still a
change.
fair whack, and you have to wait until they get released.
I mean, I've seen them changing hands for 300-400 quid.
Yeah. I mean, you even get a Pulse. I mean, the Pulse 2's come out now, so obviously you've got no worries about it. The problems with the what do you call it? Your 510. Well, it's not 510, but you know what I mean. See, I liked the .aio. I liked the .aio. I've got to admit, the size of the compact, it was brilliant, and it used to use have Nautilus coils in it as well. I thought they were fantastic. The only downside I found with the .aio was you didn't have actually much control over your power. You had your 3 settings, and that were it. Like low, medium, and high. That's all you had.
See, the Pulse has got that sorted because you can scroll through.
Yeah, but I think the new AIO, I think the new actually does have wattage now.
Right. Because all I found with the Pulse was it's a proper pain in the arse getting the panels off just to knock it up a couple of watts, yeah.
I mean, there you go, £55 at the minute for the V2. If you're going to go down the Burrow tank, that's what I would do. And I think that's why Vandy Vapes actually brought it out was to breach that market of people that want to try a burrow but don't want to spend all that money. I mean, even Cthulhu's, they're not exactly cheap, are they?
No, but they are a nice quality.
Oh, yes, don't get me wrong, they are really nice.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's all plastic. I think you can get, like both the originals, you could get the metal ones or you can get the plastic ones. There was 2 versions.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Bunny. I love the Pulse. It's a cracking little vape. I mean, I was using it all around Expo. But all I found was, like I say, one little drop, not particularly from a height, and all the glue around the bloody magnets went.
Yeah, I mean, it's all plastic. It's all plastic.
Yeah.
If they'd have brought one out that was a bit more... All right, plastic doors, yeah, fair enough, but the rest of the shell was actually metal.
Yeah.
I think they'd have had a better product. But they've gone for the cheapest of the cheap. And it's a good starting point.
I think what shows that they overpriced it at the start is, if you look now, you can get the spare panels, you can get all the custom rings, etc. for peanuts. Vaping 101, I mean, the custom ring, the custom coloured rings, etc. to go around the fire button, $3.99 for a set of 5.
That's
cheap as chips. You know, the panels were $5.99 last time I looked. I can live with that. Yeah.
I mean, now, obviously you've got the version 2 or whatever it's called, the 1.5 by all accounts. I mean, they've strengthened the top cap, so I mean, it's a banging little device. And also, you've got the pre-made coils as well.
So very pocket friendly. Very pocket friendly. If you're looking for something you just want to slip inside your jacket pocket, you know, if you're out with the lads, bang on. Can't fault it.
See, the problem with me is I'm too much of a direct-to-lung person. I think the Burrow tank leans more towards that mouth-to-lung, restricted direct-to-lung vaping. Plus, the thing with the Burrow the billet box, what annoys me more than anything else is the condensation that you get at the back of the pod. It's that really box annoys me more than anything else. You've got everything nice and clean. It's not leaking. You know it's not leaking, but you get that soggy bit at the back, and all it is condensation from the vapor. That annoys me.
Come on, dude, you know me. I've never been that. My biggest panic is, oh shit, I've not tightened it up. I've never forget. Oh, what was that horrible thing that kept on fucking dumping juice? Looked like a tin. The moonshot.
Oh god, the moonshot was terrible.
Oh. I only tried to vape
to wick. It was pain in
Was
arse.
that the moonshot? Was that the moonshot with underslung coils?
Yeah. You had to sling them under. Yeah. The best thing about the moonshot was the tin.
That was it. 3 times I tried to vape with that thing. 3 times I ended up with testicles covered in juice. It just used to randomly dump.
I mean, the rate things are going nowadays, especially with them, the AIOs and that lot. You don't need to go into all that lot anymore.
Nah. It's not half as much fun, though. And we're rapidly heading towards 22, and the majestic Mullen is with us.
and he's having a go at our Betty.
I know. Fuck you, Victor.
Be nice. We haven't seen him. Quick reminder, the boys are back. It is the 1st of September, so we will be floofing the gentleman prior to the end of the show.
Betty won't be.
What?
Betty won't be fluffing.
No, I'm going to light her out and say fire these nuts.
No need.
Hope you're feeling better, Victor.
Yes, hope you are.
Another 3 months before you can roast chestnuts, mate. Roasting by the open fire.
Oh, Jack Frost nibbling at her toes.
Worrying.
It is very worrying.
Just a public service announcement. This is specifically for Victor. Victor, it's come to that time again where you need to bring your mum's plants in. Lift with the legs, remember, not the back.
Yes. For the countless years running.
Bloody hell.
You'd thought it created some better way than actually have to physically lift them by now. Can you get one of them trolley jacks or something?
No, what you need is a set of forklifts that you can stick on the front of the chariot. Press the button.
He could just use the force.
These aren't the plants you're looking for.
This is not the yucca.
Heavy are they? Dear Lord.
Do not, there is no bend.
Never tried roast chipmunk. What they're like? Roast chipmunk. Chipmunks roasting by an open. Wrong.
I suppose it probably tastes like squirrel.
You can't roast. No. Chippendale. No.
Why?
The way things are bloody going, I think we'll need to end up doing that anyway. Just to answer Fax's questions, I know, because John Vate and Joker asked earlier on as well. She's doing a hell of a lot better. Still not got full power back in her right hand side. Physio was in today to see her, so she's got exercises and that to do to try and build her strength back up in her right hand side. She was at the hospital on Monday and got an MRI scan, so we're waiting for the results coming back for that just to see what the hell's going on. So yeah, just keep our fingers crossed that it's something and nothing. But I'll let you all know as soon as we know what's going on. We'll let you all know how she is and stuff. Thanks for asking, appreciate it.
What you need is one of those defuckulators that Billy Connolly used to go on about.
Defuckulator?
Yeah, he was talking about these two women he heard at the bus stop and said, "How's your Henry?" Always fucked. The doctor said, his heart's fucked. And Billy said in his mind, he sort of went away. "Ah, Henry, I have some bad news and some good news. Your heart is fucked. But fear not, for we have just purchased the latest defuckulator."
Yeah, you're allowed to hunt grey squirrels and eat them. You're allowed to.
See, if you actually went to the doctors and the doctor did say to you, by the way, your liver's fucked, your heart's fucked, your lungs fucked, you'd be like, oh, great. Rather than, you have such and such and such and such and such and such, and we need to give you these big long-winded. Just tell me, am I fucked or am I not fucked? Are you only semi-fucked? A little bit fucked or a big bit fucked?
I'll tell you what, though, if the food prices keep on going up and
we're all fucked.
Well, if we resort to cannibalism, I'm going after the fucking vegans. That's grass-fed meat on legs.
Thing is, some of them is not a great deal eating on, the fucking skinny fuckers.
Yeah, but I like ribs.
I
just think, all the byproducts, wonderful uses. You can make little lampshades and things.
I put the lotion in the basket.
Squirrels good eating. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I've eaten squirrel before.
You can just see a massive upload at the moment, then you're at a massive push on people buying 2 air rifles. And everybody down the local wood shooting squirrels at the fucking trees.
Oh.
You don't need it to. Just a little pellet gun will do that.
Yes, we'll be pleased to know we're actually out of this so-called recession, and energy prices are going down. The only downside is 90% of the population dying of lead poisoning.
You only eat the tail. Oh, Bill, sorry to hear that, mate.
Oh, sorry, Bill.
Yeah, sorry, Bill.
I've been doing that for years.
What?
Only eating the bushy bit.
Can you not have it with some fava? Can you not have it with some fava beans and nice Chianti? Sorry, Bill. I'm just trying to make. I'm trying to make a joke out of bad face. I apologise. No offence, Brent. Meant my friend.
Duh. That's a bugger. It's all about the pigeon pie.
Oh, I've had pigeon before as well. Not much meat
you-
on a pigeon.
No, the same on a grouse as well. There's fuck all on that.
Yeah, pigeon's definitely not much on. But I've had pigeon before.
To be honest, rabbit, there's a fair whack of meat on the haunches, but there's bugger all on the saddle. And hare, just don't do it.
No, hair's too strong.
You'll never get rid of the smell.
It's the same with pigeon. The pigeon. I mean, the pigeon breast's tiny.
Yeah, that's basically all you'd eat.
Used to get Sunday dinner in prison. I'd have to swear it was pigeon. There's no way that chicken leg was. Having seen what the lads in the kitchen knocking that up, I can well believe it. Don't worry, I'll keep trying to make light of it. It was scary. I can understand that,
Yeah, I
Bill, but
appreciate that, killer.
you've got to keep that smile on your face.
No.
What?
I have definitely not tried BFG's faggots.
Nothing wrong with my faggots, mate. Nice
That's what she
Cumberland
said.
sauce. Nice Cumberland sauce, yes.
Not white sauce then.
Nah, Cumberland sauce with your faggots. You want something rich and fruity.
How long is it going to be before they need to change the name of that?
What's that?
Faggots.
No.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're allowed to call them that.
A faggot is a bundle of wood, is it not?
I believe so.
One can burn faggots.
Yeah, they tried that in the southern states, didn't they?
I can't believe KFC actually can produce chickens. I'm still not convinced that is chicken, but hey.
I don't like KFCs. The gravy's rubbish now, compared to how it used to be.
Yeah, as soon as it goes cold, it just congeals solid, doesn't it?
It's not what it used to be. Bless you. Bill, darling, huddles.
Big huggles to Bill.
Yes. Budgie ankles.
How's the doggies anyway?
What?
Doggies.
Puppy love.
Puppy love.
Yeah, they're slowly but surely putting weight on. They've all got their eyes open now, so give it another week or so and they'll be running about. Fucking lunatic. No doubt, but this time I need to make sure I keep my feet in the ground. Because what I did that last year, that still terrifies me to this day. When, I stood in one of the pubs, remember?
Yeah.
That's fucking nightmare. So yeah, so I need to do the shuffle. Right, and try and not lift my feet and stand. I couldn't live with myself at the time again. That was the stuff of nightmares, especially when the little things can blood spewing out of its mouth and stuff. Ew. Anyway, no, they're all doing great. Absolutely fantastic. Hopefully next week I'll be able to show some of them off on here.
Are you going to show your puppies?
I shall be papa.
Hey, mister! You gonna show me your puppies?
Only if you let me touch your willy.
You can touch my willy anytime.
Is that why you're trying to shut the fucking window?
Yeah. Whee!
Mum, he's got his winky out.
Yeah, you can find it, you can kiss it.
I licked it, it's mine. See your webcam, was that shocked? It's just thrown out. Dear Lord. For those on catch up, sorry.
Yeah. My fault again, sorry.
It was him.
It was. It was a very cold day in Whitby. Yes, it was. Very cold and frosty day in Whitby.
I've just got visions now of this outline and the steam on the window. Yeah.
With a little dot in the centre.
Oh, bless it. Oh, and while we're here, for all those that answered the question on the webpage, on the Facebook page, which was what songs make you turn it up, thank you for the answers. There's some belters on there. I had a quick shufty because I'd missed the post. See, I'm a bad man.
The bad man you are, a very bad man.
I'm a bad man. But Mr. Crew put me right. he whipped my attention across to the page.
Awesome, Faxi.
And what did we have? There was some cool Viking Skull Blackened Sunlight. Never heard of that one, but
Yeah, I know. I played that. It's quite good, that.
Layla, the full version.
I
would always go with that. Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Another awesome one.
Yeah, but it's that beginning though, only ding, doo, 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 doo. Yeah. It's like what I said with Mr. Blue Sky. As soon as you hear that jing, 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 jing,
Dear God, how do you pronounce that? Moonlight, Herver's Legacy, but in Norwegian. Mangam, Hervel's Av. Beach Boys, Kokomo. That one threw me a bit.
Yeah, that's not one I would be turning up, but
Tail Gunner, Iron Maiden, good choice.
yeah.
Mr. Fletch, living next door to Alice. What a gentleman. Wash It All Away, FFDP.
I heard that one.
No? Africa by Toto. I'm not sure on that one. But whatever floats your boat. What else have we got? Well, we've got Mr. Blue Sky, Yellow. Caroline, Status Quo. Neil Diamond. I'd go with that one. Love on the Rocks. I do normally crank it up so I can't hear myself singing. Back in Black, AC/DC. Oh, yes.
Paint Black, you've got to. As soon as you hear that ding, 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 yeah, it's got to be turned up.
Pretender, Foo Fighters. I'd go with that one. Normally because you can't hear the intro. And then it hits the bridge and you're like, oh! Oh, Walk. That's the other one by the Foo Fighters. I always turn it up for that. I love that track. Eruption,
Mine's
Van
Death
Halen.
in Texas, Adam. I have to turn that up every time I hear Death in Texas.
Shoot to Thrill. Good choice.
Yeah.
I Don't Need No Doctor, Wasp. That's another one I always crank up as well.
Wash It All Away is Five Finger Death Punch.
Fucking hell. Awesome.
I like
Okay. Good choice. Nina Simone, Feeling Good. Oh. Etta James as well. Etta James, definitely. Sweet Child of Mine. November Rain, but mainly for the...
Oh, no, I don't like November Rain.
Oh, no, where Slash kicks in.
Oh, no.
Always
it's
crank
just-
that up.
No. It's too hair metal, that.
What's the other one? Johnny Hardly Knew You. That's the cracker. Flanagan's Ball. And Drip Fed Fred by Madness. That was in Jury's last single release. Because he does the vocals on that. That is awesome. I Can't Dance by Genesis. Yes, I like that one.
Kashmir by Fred Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Or The Immigrant Song. That's another one.
Or When the
Anything
Levy
by-
Breaks.
Anything by Floyd.
Yeah, everything by
Oh.
Floyd.
Definitely.
Oh, come on, though. You've got to admit, one of these days, that's a good one to turn up.
Bunny, I Love You. There's this Disturbed's version of Land of Confusion. That is a cracker. Thunderstruck.
Yeah,
Yes.
good one.
Mind saying that. Have you seen the Mad Bagpiper? When he does Thunderstruck. What a...
Mush. Hello,
worth having
Mush.
a look.
Who's who? Yeah. Who
Yeah.
are you?
Davidian by Machine Head. Yeah, would agree with that as well.
Hellfire Mega Drive.
I've heard some of them Disturbed's new stuff. It's shite.
The earlier stuff seems so much better. And the Down with the Sickness and all the rest of it. I mean, that's another one.
I came across that album by sheer fluke. It was a little record shop that where I used to live was shutting down, and they were selling CDs for like £1. And
Yeah.
I basically went in and bought their whole metal section.
Good lad.
And one of the ones that I put on was Come Down with the Sickness. I threw it on and I went, who the fuck is this? And I think the CD had only been out about 6 months. I was hooked. I mean, I've saw them about 5 or 6 times. They're good. They really are good live.
Now, Black Betty. Nobody put Black Betty.
Yeah,
Ram
you've
Jam.
got to have a bit of Bat Betty.
And Lagrange.
Oh, definitely.
Another
Blackbird
one,
Auberge,
Auberge by Chris Rea.
Never got me that one.
I
The
like
Devil
that.
Went Down to Georgia by the Charlie Daniels.
Yes. Desperate Cries, Sepultura. I think you'd have to fight Dawn for
Shit
that
myself.
one. What?
Fucking, there's a fox in our back garden.
What? Squealing?
Yeah, that murdering a child fucking thing.
Well, guys, it's that time.
It is. But if you enjoyed throwing your answers on the Facebook page, keep your eyes peeled. That's all
Yeah,
we're gonna say.
I've just put another one up.
There you are.
I'll give you. I'll let you-
Pardon me.
This one is greatest one line in a song ever, not a verse, chorus, or bridge, just one line.
Ooh.
Is your muffin buttered? Would you like me to assign someone to butter your muffin?
Butter your muffin. Paint it black. Good choice.
I still prefer, whatchamacallit, Brain's Gone Dead. Brain's Gone... Oh, God, I can't believe it. My Brain's Gone Dead with Rolling Stones.
She's a Rainbow or Baby You're Out of Time.
No, oh. Jumpy Jack Flash.
Went off that. Whoopi Goldberg killed it.
Oh,
for me.
Whoopi Goldberg was brilliant. I'm a little white brown, I'm a little black woman in a bad bag.
Ballroom Blitz.
No.
No. And you've got to say Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah, every time.
Living on a Prayer. God, John Bon.
Me, I'd prefer Wanted Dead or Alive.
Bed of Roses or bloody hell.
Rocket by Def Leppard. Do you want to get rock or pour some sugar over me?
Keep the Faith. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Keep the Faith, good one.
That's a cracker.
Yeah, Sympathy for the Devil, brilliant one.
Or Blackout in the Red Room. Oh, all the AC/DC.
Yeah, I mean,
Lady of Choice. Right, anyway.
Yeah, we better do a quickie goodbye.
Yes, Mullins melons require attention.
Really?
Floof.
Floof the Mullin.
I'm looking to see if I've got a flamethrower handy.
Right, say your goodbyes, Betty.
Folks, thanks again for joining us on this autumn Thursday evening.
Yes.
I know the show was a little bit kind of.
Yes, it went a bit weird, didn't it?
You had a little bit of vaping content, which is very unusual for this show these days. But hey, we did it. So yeah, come and join us again next week for more of the same, folks.
You poor buggers. Thank you for your company, folks. It's wonderful to see you in chat. Spanners, thank you. Everybody else, you're fabulous. Those on the replay, cheers for joining us, and I will hand you over to the gaffer.
Guys, thank you so much for a lovely Thursday evening. Thank you very much. Guys in chat, you are awesome. We love you so much. Guys on the replay, we love you too. Before you do leave, if you could give us the old thumbs up, that would be brilliant. See if we can hit what we've got. How many? 23 at the moment, and there is definitely more than 23 people watching. So please give us a thumbs up. We do really appreciate it. Right, we're going to shoot off because Mr. Vic and the gang will be on next. So, see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Outro.
Can we play with our toys? Big love, Bill.
Yeah, take it easy, Bill.